We have a firm, we have a number of firm, but our CPA firm is managed by myself and my wife. We're both CPAs. In fact, it was interesting. We met at the Becker CPA review in 1998. So we both became CPAs at the same time, and we got married 3 years later. And we are both running the firm here in West Palm Beach. So in about 2010, the president, Mr. Melanson of AICPA, kept saying to us that, we are not serving our clients properly because the trend in accounting is going towards personal financial planning. And so we started hearing that message from Mr. Melanson back in 2010. And, you initially hear a message and it doesn't register. But in 2012, we started getting solicitation from marketing firms that had a model of putting CPA firms with advisory firm. So we tried that in 2012 and 2013. And in 2013, we had a negative experience where one of our tax clients says, there was a product that we were introducing her to, and she asked if it's the best thing for her. And since we had just started in financial planning, we didn't know. So, yeah, I I asked her, "Did you ask the advisor?" She says, "I didn't want to hear it from him. I want to hear it from you." And we were not comfortable, so we added financial planning in 2014. So we have a CPA firm, we have a financial practice, and we have an insurance firm. We have been using virtual assistants because up until when the pandemic started, our office was 95% digital. So the digital part of it was not unusual for us, but we were predominantly using Upwork. We saw that Upwork was a leader in the space at that time, or that's what we had compared them to guru.com. And so we were using Upwork. And then some reason you guys, Integrity, you found us sometime last year and we were introduced to you. We were introduced to you, and we started last fall, the fall of 2020, and we started with one assistant. We started with a accountant, tax professional at Integrity, and now we are up to four. We're up to four where we now have two accountants and we have two virtual assistants where one we are grooming to be our office manager virtually. So far we are very pleased. And since I mentioned Upwork, it would make sense for me to explain why the transition. Why is it that we favor Integrity over Upwork, in the sense that Upwork, we would have to be managing, like, for instance, yes, you go and you can look at a screen share and see what that assistant is doing. But Integrity, you guys bring the personal touch where we feel comfortable knowing that the assistant that's working with us is also being managed by someone there. And our manager from day one has just been, and I just have to give him the plug, and I don't know about all your managers, but Manish has just been super. And so we have a comfort level. We have a comfort level. In fact, we have even interviewed where, waiting for the beginning of the tax season in January, we have two more staff member, two more lined up to hire. So in January we will have six we will have 6 people from Entigrity. So great point. As you were showing, you were showing a scale of different tasks, and I was looking at it, and a great smile came over my face in the sense that you highlighted 3 tasks. One was email management, calendar, and follow up. And when I calculated the percentage you showed, I think the total was 70%. So where we as entrepreneurs and business owners, 70% of our time is tied up with email management, calendar management, and follow up with the team. What we have been very pleased with so far, in the sense that the 2 virtual assistants, because we have two tax and bookkeepers. I would say, I wouldn't even call them bookkeepers. They are more qualified than bookkeepers. Bookkeepers just enter numbers. I would have to call that they're accountants, because they'll go in and they'll analyze a set of books, and they take so much pressure off my wife in that sense, where they give us the full analysis. But let's move to the virtual assistant, which we have recently, and we're so pleased with it in the sense that the 2 main things that we have them doing right now: email management, not two, three, email management, calendar management, and follow up. And the follow up is much more so. And I'll use one example. 3 weeks ago, we had 2 workshops. We had 2 social security and tax planning workshop, and our 2 assistants were so instrumental in confirming the attendees of the workshop, and then following up with the people who book appointments to come to the workshop. And I mean, that has taken such a load. And let's talk about the email now. As you know, as accountants and business owners, we are bombarded with emails, where 60-70% of our emails are junk. Really, they're junk. Somebody trying to sell us something. And I can speak for myself and my wife. The fact that we have someone going through and cleaning up our emails, and then identify action items, and then the action items are submitted to us, where they're providing us a task. I cannot tell you, and maybe this statement that I'm going to use, Sean, I probably shouldn't have said it. I probably shouldn't say it, but I already start talking. But it's priceless. It's priceless. It's priceless, and it's. I may be setting ourselves up there, telling you that it's priceless, but it
Yeah.
it it it, it really is, and it has taken, and we are going into the next tax season with such confidence, knowing that 70% of our mundane stuff is being managed. And they're not just being managed like managed by a robot, they're managed by 2 people who are understanding our business and basically understanding us. In the interview process, we realized that you guys also train them how to do interviews.
Yeah.
So we thank you guys for that. So that was impressive, and it shows that the training has been uniform, because a lot of times, when you use other services, there was not uniformity. What we are experiencing with Integrity is the uniformity, in the sense that you can tell that the people went through the same basic training. It's like if you think of the army or the armed forces here in the US, where you know that everyone in the armed forces, everyone, I don't care who they are, they went through boot camp. And that was very impressive for us, and it helped us with our confidence level. So, well, the non-accounting side, we have to dive in by faith because, as it says, with the non-accounting side, they're not technical questions you can ask. You know, with the accounting side, there are technical questions where you can know the person's ability. But with the non-accounting, you go by faith, and we went by the fact of the person's personality and the confidence that they display, and that's what we made our decision. And we were fortunate that our decisions have been good, but we didn't have a measuring stick where you can say, well, this person is better this way technically. We went by them. They did so well in the interview that it was a challenge for us to even choose two. We interviewed five, and it was a challenge for us to choose two out of the five. Well, for the non-accounting, well, we basically knew what we were looking for. We knew what we were looking for because Jackie and I identified that the number one challenge for us was our email. It wasn't a question. Our email and managing our calendar. Those were the two number one challenge we had. So we knew that we were looking for people who could do that. And we know that the reality of email can be boring. Email can be boring. So that's why it was very critical for us to look at the attitude of the person, the personality. Will this person take this knowing that it's a start to something bigger? You know, and that's why attitude was the number one thing we were looking at, because in the email, reading an email and filing in a folder, that's just filing. We wanted more. We wanted the person to be able to understand what's the business, what is it that they're looking for, what tasks are important, what email. And I believe the number one qualification there is a person's attitude, because technologically they're all gonna have the tech skills, but the attitude, and that was the key thing we were looking for and we identified. My advice to anyone who is looking is to dive in, because you guys have made it easy in the sense that you have a lot of organizations, or even a lot of stuff. If you even take marketing, most marketing company that you go and they're gonna do some marketing for you, because of their lack of confidence, they want you to make a 6-month commitment. Here's what the confidence integrity has, what you guys have. You have made an escape plan if someone needs to escape, in that you're not handcuffing us. You did not ask us for a 90-day commitment. You did not ask us for a 60-day. So someone can start knowing that, hey, I can give a 30-day commitment and I can back out of it. I just believe that it's just a necessity for every business. Every business. You guys have targeted accounting business, but I just believe it's a necessity. And the person who is not doing it, I just believe it's just losing out a lot, just losing out. So I recommend everyone to at least give it 30 days. And you guys, what you have done, we have been getting results. We started getting results before 30 days. So I'm encourage anyone who have not tried it to at least attempt it. Attempt it. And I feel confident. The fact that you have heard me, I've used Integrity. I've gone 4. We have two on the back burner, nearer to the front. The only reason is because we're just waiting on January, and you can know January is 2 weeks away. So This we're going in with 6. So we recommend you guys. We recommend it. We recommend it for so any of my fellow practitioners where you're wondering, please don't hesitate. Please don't hesitate.